Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Hope you're having a fantastic day. So today we're back in the garage with the KRX and we're going to go over some damage and what actually happened with that rollover and how bad is the actual damage. And honestly, it's not that bad. If I were to tell you it's costing me less than $400 total to fix the machine. Now I know there's going to be the naysayers out there going, oh, it's total, you damaged the roll cage, the frame's bent, this and that. No, it's not. Anyways, it's my machine. Do what I want. I can rebuild it, whatever. That's the beauty with the Kawasaki's, is you can buy the different parts of the frame if you need to. I fortunately don't. I'll show you why here in a minute. But you can also buy the stock roll cage, different parts of it. Now I will tell you, the whole roll cage is going to get replaced. I know the whole roll cage doesn't need to be replaced, but it makes me, get that soft, warm, fuzzy feeling. So we're gonna go ahead and replace it. So let's jump right into it and let's do a walk around of the KRX. So let's start right here in the front. Now I have some damage here. That is not from the roll. That is coming up on rocks that were just too big. This, I think, is from the roll. Coming around, we got some scratches in the plastic. Yeah, that should just buff out a little bit. Now, you want to talk about a tough windshield. My Clockworks windshield didn't snap. There's a lot of tension on it right now because, well, I haven't touched the KRX. What I mean by that, I literally drove this back up that hill that I had to roll on, out of the park. We were on Golden Spike, that trail there. The roll happened on Rusty Nail right before left turn. If you're familiar with the trails, you know the hill I'm talking about. You know that cameras just don't do it justice. And I had a bad bounce. It is what it is. Nobody got hurt severely. Machines can be replaced or fixed. I just ran out of talent, honestly. Or maybe I ran out of luck. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a lucky driver, not talented. Anyways, haven't touched it, haven't cleaned it, haven't done anything with it because I wanted to show you, the viewers, whoever's interested, at what's wrong with it. Now, coming down here, this bracket, well, that's shot. So it's kind of pushing this plastic here and there. I've ordered this. It is on back order. And you can tell it's bending because you see how the powder, right there, see how the powder coating's flaking? So we're not reusing that. I could probably bend it back, but I'm not going to. Had a piece of plastic right here, pop out, not a big deal. In there, we'll take this fender off anyways, get all that redone, and then put it back together. The mirror, the lights, the glass, all intact. Coming down, the door is fine. Nothing there. Just some worn out hinges, but that was there before the roll. Nothing wrong on the inside. Now parts have started to arrive. Rocky Mountain ATV, very fast at shipping. So let's come around here to the back and let me show you this. So this piece here, it's broken. This top fender, it's gonna get replaced. That's over there. This piece right here is in the cab also. Coming up here, as you can see, we got mangled right here. I have a new one of those in the cab already. Now I could probably honestly fix that, but we're not going to. We're just going to replace it. Coming on down, this piece right here is on the way. Unfortunately, it's back ordered along with this bracket. I should have it all here in a few weeks. Now, what I mean by checking everything, I pulled all this back. I've unbolted it out there in Moab. There's Moab dirt to make sure that there's no flaking of the powder coating, no stress fractures, nothing. Going all the way up. Another crack here. Again, that's getting replaced. It is right there. Now let's move up to the roll cage because really that's what took the brunt of the damage. And honestly, it was a slow roll. So again, the Click 6 harness did its job. That is one reason I know what I'm going to do. I know I'm going to go play in the rocks. There's a possibility of rolling over. I don't like the 3-point harnesses. Not that there's anything wrong with them. It's just my preference, a 4 or 6-point harness. And the Click 6 locked in, held me in. They actually flipped the vehicle over with me still in it. Not a big deal. And we ended up driving up after I cleaned up my redneck yard sale. So looking at the roll cage, so you can see there's a bend right there. The whole roll cage is sitting down just a little bit on the side, but here's the bend right there. So this is why I left a day early. I did not want to drive with a compromised roll cage right there. And coming around back, the spare tire carrier is currently and the stuck down position, because if you look over there, it's tweaked right there, but it is not over here. So just basically these bars on this side need to be replaced. So for those of you wondering, why am I replacing the whole roll cage? Well, again, it gives me that warm and fuzzy feeling on the inside. And why not? I picked up a new takeoff roll cage. Somebody had bought it and took it off the machine to go get an aftermarket one. So I picked it up for 50 bucks. Brand new. So why not, right? So coming around back, obviously the push pins have come out of this. Not a big deal. I did dent up the Tusk spare tire carrier. Not real worried about that. And then you can see what the rocks are on the FMH bumper. The bumper looks fine, honestly. Now for those wondering, the alignment, all that, it's good. Steers fine. Didn't do any damage there. I did have a spring. This one had popped off. I think as it just overextended. I don't have limit straps, and we just popped that back on. And then coming down the passenger side, there's obviously no damage because, well, I didn't lay it on this side at all. So there you go, there's the damage. Not too bad, honestly. It's more cosmetic with those plastic than it was the brackets. The brackets were the most expensive part. The front fender and the rear fender were about 70 or 80 bucks a piece. The little one down at the bottom was $4 or $5. And then the plastics for a total about 350 bucks, plus my $50 cage. Now, obviously, I will continue to look for damage as I tear this apart, but I'm not gonna tear it apart until I get all the pieces in, which is on back order, so it's gonna be a couple of weeks. One last little bit of damage I didn't talk about a minute ago is, well, you got these white lines in the plastic. Not a big deal. Popped right out. A little heat gun should fix that. I'm not going to replace the fenders because, well, they're much more costly, and I'm just going to scratch them up. The broken pieces of plastic I am going to replace because I don't want the junkiest machine out there, but I'm also not afraid to use my machine. So moving on. JBS clutch weights, how'd they do? Well, I was pretty impressed with them, honestly. I had no issues. My top speed is still 72 miles an hour. Not the fastest machine, but it's also not a turbo machine. I didn't buy it for that. I don't feel any shifting. I have about 300 miles in the weights. Not easy miles. So let's go ahead, let's pull the clutch cover. I'm gonna see if I can see any marks in the groove without pulling the actual weights out, but let's see what's in there. I got the belts off, I got the clutch disassembled far enough so I can show you the JBS clutch weights. Now, mind you, it's about 300 miles on these. I don't expect any grooving. I don't feel any grooving. They say they're not going to groove, but I've seen stock clutch weights groove in 300 miles, and I've seen stock clutch weights last 700, 800 miles with no issues. Let's go ahead and just take a look. You can see where it rides in a roller, but no grooving. Number one. There's no grooving. Now it does look like they're all wearing on the front side a little bit more than the rear. Number two, same way. Finally, number three, no grooves, and the sheaves have no groove. You can feel a slight indentation when you're at wide open throttle right there, and this other primary is good to go. So now I just gotta blow it out, put it all back together, and get the parts in the mail to fix this thing up. I could technically drive it, but with the compromised cage, I'm not going to. Actually, after this video, I'm going to release the bolts on the cage just because I know they're under some tension. Well, last thing to look at really is tires, and this trip I only did about 250 miles or so out at Moab. It was a much shorter trip for me. I didn't do a whole week like last time, so let me show you the tires. And honestly, they're pretty good. No real big chunking. I can definitely tell there is some wear, especially in the back tires, because you do spin your tires quite a bit. And then on the front tires, they're about even. I guess I could measure it, but not really a big deal. So there you have it. There is the damage report from Moab. Just a nice, short, quick video. Like I said, not too much damage. Now, we might find something else when I take it apart to put the new plastic on, but honestly, I don't think so. The good thing is the KRX did its job. Everyone walked away. And I got the cheaper end of the deal. Some of these other guys have to replace differentials, a full set of tires, all kinds of fun stuff. Now I know tires are consumable, but I'm only about 400 bucks into it. So, hope you enjoyed the video, hope you learned something. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Until next.